Everybody loves to hate Dragon Shire.
You want to talk about the draft a little bit or no?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
But let's talk about Dragon Shire first. So
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Shire, it is a very robust map. It can be very complicated at times. What when we're thinking about Dragon Shire, what are some things what are some tools that we need when we're playing on this map? How do I tie my camera to you again? I forget. That is a good question. I think it's only tied to the replay. Like if you go down to oh shit, I did not want to do that. Already fucking up. All right, so we're talking about Dragon Shire. What are some things that we're thinking about? We need wave clear. We need people that can jungle, that can take camps. We need a top laner that can sustain. We need some kind of front line or something like that, something that can rotate around these bushes safely. The bushes in the middle of the map, the triangle there. We need somebody that can stand in there, provide vision, rotate through there safely without getting killed or anything like that. And we would like some good sustain as well. Heroes like Malfurion, Stukov, Rhaegar. I mean, any support really, I think, is okay. Maybe outside of Ana, but those are things that we look for on Dragon Shire that we need to be successful on this map. Okay, so when establishing control, when establishing dominance on Dragon Shire, you start off with the laning phase. Oh, actually, before we do that, let's talk about the drafts. You're right. I almost forgot. So let's look at the drafts. So we see Team 4's draft of Stukov, Hanzo, Garrosh, Blaze, Jaina. What do we see? We see good sustain. We see good wave clear with the Jaina. We see potentially good camp clear with the Hanzo. We see a front line that can come through this choke every once in a while, create space, look to get picks for his team, and we see a strong solo laner with good wave clear and good sustain. On the side of TowerBarron Squared, we see good sustain in Malfurion. We have a good frontliner in ETC that can control the space effectively and set his team up. We see Greymane, a good jungler, someone with decent wave clear as well. Leoric, a strong solo laner with good wave clear and good sustain. And then Medivh. Medivh is a very good hero on this map because he can provide vision of rotations in these triangle areas. Also, he can protect his team, set up his team, things like that. But he's more utility that TowerBarron Squared, TB Squared can use to be successful. So when looking at Dragon Shire, we're looking to establish dominance in the first minute of the game. How do we do that? Controlling the waves, controlling the rotations between middle and bottom. The team that can rotate from middle to bottom faster than the other team is going to have more success in the early game, typically speaking anyways. We'll fast forward here. So usually what I like to see is 5-man mid, not to fight, not to get kills, not to do any of that, but to clear the minion waves. Which team is going to clear the minion wave the fastest? All right, and right here we see 4 coming mid for the side of Team 4. They do have strong wave clear though with the Jaina. It's very powerful. However, with the Blaze there, it's even faster. But we see all 5 here mid for TB Squared. For the red team, I'm just gonna go by colors because it's too long. But let's see who establishes the lane dominance, the rotation dominance first. Medivh can scout the bushes. Garrosh is already in the bush. We know he's in the bush. We see him. The red team sees him. And let's see what happens here. So Zunicorn goes top. Jaina drops a blizzard here on the wave. I'm assuming here soon. Yep, there we go. Boom. Boom. Wave is cleared. Red team still has 3 minions here to clear. Blue team can look to start rotating and picking up this soak right here, right away. If you can do that, you clear this wave faster than your opponents. You get the XP faster. You also create an opportunity for you to rotate through this lane, through the middle faster. And in doing so, maybe even looking for a pick. But it's kind of hard because they have a Medivh. So looking for that pick is going to be difficult. This was a last pick Jaina, I think, into the Medivh after the Medivh was already picked. I would have liked to have seen here maybe a Gul'dan or a Junkrat, something that can wave clear effectively, isn't immediately countered by him pressing W, by the Medivh pressing W, and something with displacement. A lot of Medivh struggle against Junkrat mines, horrifies, things like that. I would have liked to have seen something like that against the Medivh specifically, especially if it's your last pick. Oh, yeah. Let me turn up. Let me turn up my mic just a little bit here. Can you guys hear me okay now? Is that fine? Mic test.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Maybe Ogrissa's ears are dirty. Just kidding. All right. So we've established this rotation. However, Ender didn't get the memo. He's going to have to take the long way around. Liquid's looking to just be annoying here. However, Medivh stops that from happening. Grizzly's getting his stacks. We have cleared this faster. We can clear this faster. We're looking for the pick, but it's not going to happen. We got to keep that in mind. We're against the Medivh. Let's focus on the wave clear. Our wave clear is faster than theirs, than the red team. Blue team needs to focus on the wave clear. All right. So now, what do we do here? We can rotate back up here, or at least send one person here to get the soak if we wanted to. But that's what we should be doing as the blue team. Top lane, this is a very tough matchup for Blaze. He needs to be focusing on trying to wave clear as best as possible without taking too much damage from the Leoric. If the Leoric is getting free hands on him and getting free damage on him, it's bad. Before Blaze even clearing the wave, he's already at half health. That's bad. You want to make sure you're as healthy as possible for as long as possible during the entirety of your laning phase. Like early on, this is gonna suck. This is Leoric. You're not gonna win this. However, you can soak your lane effectively, and you can stay in lane longer if you just stay away from him for as long as possible. Because I think he ends up going back a few times. So Jaina rotates mid to grab this soak because she sees everybody down here. They're rotating. So red team is rotating, and they've done so without clearing 2 minions here. That's lost XP. Jaina has cleared most of this XP here. They're going to be slow to rotate here to get the soak. Blue team can push this out, and red team will end up missing these couple minions here. Now that this space has been created for the blue team, their rotations are faster, their wave clear is better. They can look to create an opportunity for themselves to create more space on the map. So right here, what I would recommend is probably taking the siege camp, having Jaina come down, maybe with like Stukov or something. As long as somebody's soaking these lanes, take this camp real quick, force the enemy team to respond to this bottom camp, push this out. What'll end up happening is, because their wave clear here is reliant on the gray main, they'll have to commit to Worgen or something like that to clear this out faster. And in doing so, Liquid here on Garrosh can look to get a pick or something. But we'll see what happens here. We'll take a look here. So this would be pushing bottom here. The siege camp, once you take it, would be pushing bottom, forcing some kind of rotation out of the red team, as I was saying. Instead, we're kind of sitting around, not really doing a whole lot here. We're just looking for something that's not going to happen because this Medivh is here. So instead, we should just rip the siege camp right away. Right away. We could have even had Jaina just come down here, have Garrosh walk up and make sure this experience wasn't missed, and have Stukov and Hanzo pushing this wave out. And if you're doing that, they're going to be slow to catch this soak, and they're going to take a long time to respond to the siege giant, and then you get a free cap on the shrine. All right, so let's see what happens here. We walk up this way, step up. They've already cleared this wave faster than we have because we were sitting around. The Blizzard misses a majority of the wave. He was looking to get some damage on somebody here. If you're this early in the game and you're going to use an expensive resource such as the Blizzard, try to get as much value as possible by killing these minions. And then in doing so, you will get some damage out. But you also got to keep in mind that there's Medivh, so the amount of damage you're going to do is limited. So we do get some of these minions here. So now we're rotating down here. Red team's rotating down here. Now they have the rotational advantage. They have created that advantage for themselves, and they're ahead of you guys on this rotation. So now, if they wanted to, they can look for some picks in this middle triangle area here. They can look to get some kills and then further snowball from there. We've given them that rotational advantage. If this siege camp was out, it'd probably be a little bit more than halfway, and they would be clearing the siege camp, the siege giants, while you guys postured around the shrine. So now they have rotational advantage. You see Schizo and Daz here can't rotate through here. They're too scared. I mean, they have every right to be scared. San's doing a good job here at choking everybody out. And now our support is coming down. And now look, now we're behind on a little bit of experience here. Top lane, he needs to make sure that he's still soaking the wave. He's not going to win this straight up on Leoric at all for the time being. However, you guys can try to create some space in the bottom lane down here as a blue team to capture this and keep the bottom lane pushed forward.
Should someone on the blue team go top lane and help Blaze out?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily, because if you do that, who's your wave clear at this point? You don't have wave clear, and then you're just stuck. You're going to be super behind. And if, okay, let's say you do send somebody. Who do you send?
Like Hanzo, maybe?
You send Hanzo up there. What ends up happening if Hanzo goes up there? Leoric ease away, and then the rest of bottom and mid just continue to get pushed or something like that. You're not if you're gonna send somebody up there, you need to ensure that the resources you are spending are utilized properly. All right, our resource is we sent Hanzo top. All right, he's not gonna get this kill. Okay. Now we got the point for a little bit. Now Hanzo has to go back bottom to help. Leoric just goes back and captures the shrine. So we just wasted a lot of time and resources and energy to do that. So right here, I understand the red team they say, oh, we've got both shrines. Maybe we want to get the DK or whatever the case may be. I think here, honestly, you could probably send the Greymane up here by himself. Keep ETC, Malfurion, Medivh down here, and sustain and poke out as long as possible, and let Greymane get the cap, the cap on the DK. However, we all rotate here. They take this back, but you guys pick up the soak, whatever. So it's still fun. But you could have potentially gotten a Dragon Knight there. So this 5-man rotation happens here to get this soak. Nobody is down here at all, and look at this entire minion wave. Look at this entire blue minion wave in the bottom lane. So now you guys were ahead on the rotations. You guys were ahead on the soak. Liquid's going to be able to show up here and grab some of these minions. Make sure he didn't miss any of those minions. We're going to miss this entire wave down here in the bottom lane. Or most of it anyways. Yeah, so Medivh gets 1 minion. So that's a lot of XP that was lost there. However, your Leoric up top is ensuring that you guys are still in the game by punishing this Blaze's what's the word I'm looking for? Blaze is trading ineffectively into the Leoric, and in doing so is creating opportunities for his team to be up in XP. Yeah, pretty much Schizo. So now we're sending everyone top for Leoric. Getting a kill on Leoric this early in the game does absolutely nothing. And I don't even think you guys get the kill. So now you guys are all up here. He had to go back. So now that your Blaze blue team Blaze had to go back, you force a rotation here for these individuals to soak. We dumped a Blizzard on Leoric, and now we can't clear this wave fast enough. We're going to try to come up here to take this point. No, not even. Yeah, we take the point, fine, but bottom's being pushed. We've got Siege Giants coming down, and this is a Garrosh down here trying to defend against this wave here. Schizo is defending against Malfurion there. How can you tell if people are in range to get soak or not? It's based off of the vision the hero has. So there's a radius around the hero. If you have vision of the minions based from the hero's radius, you can get that soak. So, for example, real quick, let's see. Schizo is 4. His vision radius. So he was, yes, the minions did give him vision, but the radius extends like pretty far out. He's able to get that minion soak. It's kind of hard to tell here, honestly. Kind of hard to look it up. But yeah, bottom is being pushed. We have 3 top here now. Blaze is back up here. So if we're gonna be up here doing this and leaving Liquid to stay down here and soak this, we need to get some value in this lane, on the top lane, by pushing, getting some structure damage, creating more space for the Blaze to do something. They are rotating up. Liquid sees they are rotating up. Schizo needs to be careful. However, I feel that if Greymane, ETC, and Medivh stay down here and punish the fact that this is a Garrosh clearing this, they get both these towers easy with the Siege Giants. There's nothing Liquid can do here. All Greymane has to do is auto attack from range and chill out. Let the Giants do their thing. Medivh can shield or portal anybody that gets flipped by Garrosh. But yeah, if they stay down here, they get this this fort wall. It's all about, you take a resource. What are you doing with that resource? What are you doing with that to get the most value possible? If you're moving up here as 3 people, what are you doing to make sure that moving up there as 3 people gets the most value possible? So, but Liquid's able, it takes forever and it feels really bad as Garrosh, but he's able to get the clear. We look to rotate mid to get maybe a pick on somebody. Now that this lane has been, since this lane has been neutralized, it's back in the middle. Stukov can leave. Now that Jaina's gone, they can look to maybe get a camp or down here or help clear. But I feel the red team probably missed a pretty big opportunity there. And hell, they could have even maybe with the Medivh rotated and invaded this siege camp here and taken that as well. And then maybe have like Medivh or just somebody soak up mid. So now we're rotating down. Garrosh, this play here is very sketch. However, yeah, it's sketch. So we cleared mid. We don't have vision of the shrine anymore. So if we let's press 3. This is Garrosh's vision. This is what he sees. He still has an entire huge minion wave here he needs to deal with. We don't know where they went. They could be here. They could be going top. They could be coming down. They could be waiting in this bush. They could be doing something. However, we do know that we have control of top. We are going to control of bottom. Somebody on the red team needs to communicate that that's happening. So then you say, hey, we're losing control of both shrines. Maybe Medivh stands mid. Make sure they don't cap it. We look for the kill here. Liquid does a good job at dodging these abilities. But guess what? Hanzo just capped mid that whole time. Now, what if when we took the Siege Giants and we saw Garrosh down here and we saw all these people, all 3 people in the top lane, what if when the Garrosh is clearing, we sieged up, we had full control of the shrine, we sieged up with our giants, potentially get a wall and some, and then back off? We would have done more damage than what this Dragon Knight is about to do right now. But this communication here, miscommunication from the Medivh or from the red team to stop the blue team, and the blue team was able to capitalize on that. All right, so now we've got a Dragon Knight. It's 3 minutes into the game, and we've got a Dragon Knight. 3 minutes in the game, the Dragon Knight doesn't do much, first of all. It doesn't deal a whole lot of damage. And we've got a minute to use it. We've got 1 minute. So ideally, what I like to tell people is make sure we're soaking all the lanes. If we can soak all the lanes and keep the dragon alive as long as possible, we're going to get value. If he uses his flame breath on minion waves, maybe every once in a while throw an auto attack on the structure, something like that. But we got the Dragon Knight. We're ready to go. Let's split this game wide open, right? Not really, not quite. So Schizo here, Hanzo immediately goes for this mid tower. Yeah, the top tower. He gets it. Let's see how much time has elapsed. 10 seconds. He's already lost 30% of the dragon's health. Jaina is still clearing bottom. And Blaze is going to have to clear top. Dragon Knight in this scenario needs to debate the enemy team into defending him and allow his team, buy his team some time to regain control of the waves, especially when you're behind like this. Because if Jaina clears his bottom wave in time, while the Dragon Knight is still healthy, she can look to rotate up and help put more damage on the structures. But that didn't happen. We're already at 50% of the dragon's life, and we still have 48 seconds left on the Dragon Knight. A little micro mistake. He's hitting Super Dave. Yeah, just hover mid, throw some flame breaths on it, let your team clear, and just back up. If the enemy team is trying to take you down, running around, chasing you around, and your team is soaking for free and pushing for free, hey, that's a win for you, man. That's a win for you. And for the red team, this is a 3-minute Dragon Knight. Maybe it gets this tower. Maybe. Keep soaking, You're doing fine. Zunicorn is still soaking. ETC doesn't really do a whole lot to do anything to this Dragon Knight. You can't power slide it or anything. He can look to be soaking as well. The only people you really need at this point to deal damage to Dragon Knight are your Medivh, your Greymane, and maybe your Malfurion. Medivh because he gets stacks on it. Greymane because he's just good damage against the Dragon Knight. So now we got a tower. Hanzo comes out of the Dragon Knight, and the experience lead is still not very significant. Red team still has some sort of semblance of a map control. And yeah, that's it. A lot of people just AFK run it down mid with the Dragon Knight. You don't have to do that. Use that full minute. Get some soak. Later on in the game, once that thing starts dealing damage, then you start to run it down. Go
ham?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Grizzly's over here chasing for stacks. Liquid gets a nice read on him. But doesn't flip. But then again, it is Medivh. He will get away. So Daz is able to clear bottom. A couple, maybe a minion dies. They don't pick that up. I would like to see the snap Siege Giants here, especially with 3 showing mid. You guys, there's 3 showing mid on the red team. They have to rotate down. That means you guys have map control in the bottom lane, lane control in the bottom lane. They still have to rotate clear mid. You guys snap. The blue team snap takes this Siege Giants and starts sieging with it. Red team goes to the Bruisers. Fringe is a god here and knows that soak is important and picks up some soak.
Yeah, that's one thing I do know.
Yeah. Hey, what up, hero? What's going on, man? Picking up some soak. We see red team sees that the Siege Giants have come out. We're taking this Bruiser camp and we're missing an entire wave of minions mid as the red team. Look at that. Like this Bruiser camp, we're taking Bruiser camps because we're taking camps. Oh, there's nothing to do. Let's take camps. No, there's plenty to do. You can take soak minions, regain control of the lanes. Once you have regained control of the lanes and the enemy opponents are on their side of the lane having to clear, then you can take camps, push with those camps, and take down structures. But we miss a whole wave here. This could have been maybe close to 7. You would have been the same XP as the blue team here. But this whole wave, I think, just dies. Blue team rotates down. They get their soak there. And look how much damage. Look at these 3 ranged minions in the middle. Look how much damage they do to this structure. It's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. Very important.
Yeah, it brought to half health, essentially, on its own.
So we've got the top lane. Okay, but now we've got the top camp pushing, right? Zunicorn's already beating this lane. He might be able to beat this even harder now that this bruiser camp is coming. We see the blue team. Well, they were sieging bottom. I would have liked to have seen them siege bottom. Honestly, get some structure damage done here early on. Lord Boo is here. Is gonna miss some of the soak here. As Blaze, your role here as the offlaner, especially somebody like Blaze, is to just not miss soak, and then rely on your team, rely on your W build Hanzo, rely on your Jaina damage to take the camps for you. You're missing a lot of value by not being in the lane. Now, if you were Sonya, yeah, you can take camps, but in this composition that you have, with the tools that you have on your team, you don't need to be taking the camp as Blaze. The rest of your team could be doing that, but anyways, he doesn't miss any of this, so I don't think he's able to rotate up in time and catch that. Let's double check here. Yeah, he's there. Bottom, they cleared the siege giants, and it's a lull. Meanwhile, Garrosh is just mid, pushing and soaking.
Is that good for Garrosh to be doing that? Since he's like the main tank.
I don't necessarily think it's good. However, he is forcing you guys to rotate to come up here and do this. This is like a Hero League thing. This is what I would do in Hero League. They're all down there. I'm gonna just push this real fast because they're down there. Now they're all gonna come up here to come try to kill me and get the soak. Meanwhile, my teammates in the bottom lane can take this bruiser camp. Yeah, so now, hey, they're leaving. They're rotating mid. Get the hell out. Get the hell out. Oh, there's no portal from Medivh, so like you guys can't portal in and engage on that. Yo, Ghost Bear Haas with the follow. Appreciate it.
Ghost Bear's in the league.
Welcome. Top lane. Be putting some autos on him, trying to Lord Boo, as Blaze. You can put some auto attack damage onto Leoric. He's standing inside your bruiser lane. You have spell armor, so if he Qs you, you're not going to take as much damage. However, if he does put his ghost hand on you, you will take that full damage. All right, so top is pushing. They're showing here in the bottom lane. They have Medivh running down here to take this camp as a little Monka S. I hope you guys realize that and get out. Yeah, there we go. Top is pushing nicely. Blaze has created some space for himself. He's getting some structure damage done. Hey, Daz, with the follow. Appreciate it, man.
Was that pretty greedy for the blue team to take that bottom camp, knowing that they're probably rotating on them?
They probably thought they could take it fast enough with the W build Hanzo and the Jaina damage. However, a lot of that damage is negated from the spell. You got to kill the spell minion first, and then you can deal more true damage. But yeah, once they show, it's time to get out.
So if they want to get the camp, should Garrosh be there?
Yeah, if the play is for the camp, and you guys are playing as a team, ideally, the Garrosh probably would have been down here creating that space for his team, so they can take the camp safely. But he was mid pushing, and now he's mid there again. So this laning situation is a little awkward. I would rather maybe have the Hanzo there doing that, or in this situation, the Blaze is able to push top pretty effectively. Maybe he can come down here and soak mid. He can walk down, soak mid for the Garrosh, so the Garrosh can stay with the rest of the team. And then Blaze can go back up there and then soak again. He's got Incinerator gauntlets at level 7. He's going to be able to dual soak pretty effectively. And this Leoric isn't doing that. So Blaze could theoretically soak both top and mid and let Garrosh come bottom. So um, if we can do that next time, then maybe Garrosh can be with the team, and then they can take this camp safely. They can look for these fights safely and whatnot.
So when the blue team got the siege camp for the top lane, should the call have been like to send Greymane to help clear that, so
So,
that Leoric doesn't like lose like basically both towers to that camp?
it's okay to say, hey, Leoric has enough clear potentially to deal with this.
Mm-hmm.
If we let that happen, we have to find value somewhere else. And if that
Mm-hmm.
value is sieging up bottom and getting structure damage and pushing with his knights, fine. If it's
Mm-hmm.
getting our siege giants or pushing mid or whatever, fine. But
Mm-hmm.
that didn't happen. So I guess the best bet to do there is probably to just place hold all the lanes, clear top, push top back out with the Greymane and the Leoric, punish the Blaze, and then Blaze
Mm-hmm.
will probably ping his teammates, I need help, and then somebody will come up there.
Mm-hmm.
And then once that happens, you're able to then, as a red team, freely move around the map and create more pressure mid and bottom again. Yeah, his Neil Peasant should be fast clear for sure, and the fact that his auto attacks cleave. So you guys are here. You guys are giving. You guys are gonna give up, give up the shrine here to chase this Garrosh. Like somebody should be mid here all the time. So, like Greymane should be coming here every so often and leaving the Medivh, Malfurion, etc. down here to stack, poke, deal damage, sustain. Let
Mm-hmm.
Greymane come, get the soak, and the way I like to like think about it is if you have this Greymane here, he kind of acts like in the sense sort of like a Genji in some sense, where he can go to a lane, rotate to a lane, clear a lane, and then disappear, and then end up somewhere else on the other side of the map, and then get a kill somewhere. So he can come mid, clear this, push this out, punish the fact that Garrosh has no wave clear, have Garrosh defending minions at his wall this whole time, and then he can roll around taking camps or going top and trying to get a gank or coming bot and try to get a gank, something like that. But because we have never regained control of this middle lane, Garrosh just keeps doing this and then forcing you guys to come back up here to deal with him. Instead of just keeping a couple people bottom and sending Greymane mid, you guys just rotate as 5 and keep losing a lot of control and a lot of space. Like, you're not going to kill him, so... you guys are outnumbered bottom here. However, they don't have a tank, but it's just a Medivh. So you guys cap this. You don't need 3 people on the shrine. Clear the wave. There's a lot of lost time here. Just clear the wave. Now you see them all rotating up mid. You can clear the wave and then force this minion wave in the bottom lane, Daz, to crash against their towers, and they'll miss that soak. You'll get to 10 before them. They're looking for liquid. No, I don't know if anybody called this rotation for him. But I think he makes a pretty clutch play, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah, he uses his Indomitable there. It's pretty sick. So we used Power Slide. We used our Worgen form. We used Portal. We used all that. And we didn't get the kill. Damn, feels bad. Meanwhile, we're missing some soak bottom. And now this enemy team has the potential to collapse on us. But they're going to get 10 before us. The blue team will get 10 before the red team. So Blaze is coming up here to take the point. However, he has not established control of the top lane. So what's going to happen is Leoric is just going to clear these minions, let his minions crash on Blaze's towers, and then just go back and take the point anyways. Greymane goes bot. Honestly, you have Medivh taking that, and then Greymane can take the siege giants right away. Maximize the amount of moves, or maximize the efficiency your team has, and minimize the amount of steps, the amount of moves, wasted moves. So now look at Blaze top. He's fighting this Leoric, and meanwhile he's missing a bunch of soak there, and his towers are gonna die. Okay, now he's moving. You don't have 10s. You need to be careful. Blue team's probably looking to clump up somewhere. Nobody is mid ready to go. That's unfortunate, but now we take the siege giants. All right, so our number one priority here is to get 10 and don't give him a DK. Get 10, don't die, don't give him a DK.
So basically, this camp that we're getting is useless.
I wouldn't say it's useless. It's just
Like,
you
if
know,
we want 10, then soak mid. And get
yeah,
10,
yeah,
then
so,
get
yeah. Soak mid. If this gray man would have on his way down would have taken this camp first instead of taking the point and then taking the camp, it probably would have been more optimal. However, let's see. You don't need to worry about top because Leoric has been dominating top. He's not going to lose that point to the Blaze. So you guys, it's fine. No big deal. This wave is crashing in. They need to clear that. Medivh's got eyes on him. This is why Medivh is busted. Yeah, Greymane mid. ETC doesn't need to be there. He can stay bot. Greymane can solo that there. And then the rest of you guys try to gain value from your Siege Giants. You made this like weird rotation fringe in front of Liquid, and now they're gonna follow you, and now they're gonna look for a fight here. Whereas before, if you were with your Siege Giants, the ETCs with the Siege Giants, and the Medivh is hovering, and you guys are pushing, you keep them here, and the Greymane pushes mid up a little bit, and then he can rotate out. He can go top or he can go bottom from there. But now we force them all here. And now the Siege Giants are taking forever to push out. Leoric has forced a bunker out of Blaze here. That's pretty big. And he's just going to back up. No big deal, no problem. There is a leyline seal here. Nice mosh pit. Here comes a Hanzo arrow to cancel it. So I like the idea to leyline to set up for like a mosh pit. However, you need to make sure that when you're setting up a mosh pit or a leyline seal or something like that, you are getting the people that can disrupt you in the mosh pit. So Medivh's probably looking around for like a leyline seal that has the Hanzo and the Stukov in it. And then the ETC can decide, can I get both? Can I get one? What do I need to do? And then the rest of the team gets into position to kill the target or make sure one of them can't use their ability. So for example, the leyline seal could have come out here on the Hanzo and the Stukov. ETC could have walked up, mosh pitted. Malfurion, you could have walked up too. You could have Twilight Dreamed on the back end of that, and you probably would have gotten 2 kills. Instead, you guys focus on the Garrosh, and then you guys waste mosh pit. You guys use mosh pit, leyline seal, and they use Ring of Frost, Hanzo arrow, and he just used Indomitable. So their cooldowns will be up before yours will. Bottom is pushing. It's not as far up as we would like it to be. They'll probably maybe clear the Siege Giants in the bottom lane before they get any true value. We're trying to figure out what we want to do here. Schizo says, I'm going top because Blaze had to go back. I'll make sure the soak doesn't get missed. Liquid is here soaking. Jaina's working on her Siege Giants. So this is looking good for the blue team. This is looking good. He needs to back up, though. He doesn't have his team nearby. He doesn't have his team nearby. He doesn't need to be clearing that far up. He just needs to make sure that the experience isn't lost. Garrosh dies in the bottom lane because of it. If he plays back into like his minions a little bit and Qs every once in a while, that looks a little bit different. Okay. Now that Garrosh is dead, we can't contest the bottom shrine, the bottom altar. But we can contest top because Schizo, because of Hanzo and the Blaze are up here. Can we get it in time? Maybe. So the Leoric is committing to the shrine top. He's saying, I'm gonna stay here, cap it. You have to cap it. The moment ETC mid is channeling and gets interrupted by the silence, and he sees where the rest of his team is, he needs to tell Leoric, yo, give it up. We can't take it. You're going to die. I can't reach the Stukov to stop it. I can't channel it in that time, and you're probably going to die. Instead, the Leoric stays up there, continues to take a bunch of damage, thinking that his team can contest and take it, but he can't. Now Malfurion walks up, ETC's walking forward, Ender's like, okay, it's time for me to get the fuck out of here. My job here is done. Leoric ends up dying in the top lane. And now you guys can't get the cap. Meanwhile, bottom, Siege Giants and Jaina are capping as well. Blue team has both shrines. You guys are probably looking around to stop a cap or something like that, or to look for a fight or something. Meanwhile, Jaina's got this huge wave in the bottom lane, pushing the fort down. And you know what? They're getting value. You're getting lots of value out of this. You guys are, farting around here and waiting, and meanwhile, bottom's pushing, right? Bottom's pushing. Blue team is in complete control. They can look for these little fights here, whatever. Now that Leoric's back though, and he's weak, it's like, hey, Leoric's back. I gotta go. All right, fine. Let's just all go bottom and push this in or something. I hope Blaze doesn't die. I think he does die here. He does die in the top lane. He uses his bunker. I think if he gets in the bunker and clicks over the wall, he might be able to get out. But on the other side of that wall, but I'm not entirely sure. And then it's the same thing. The Blaze is like, hey, I'm fighting Leoric, cap it. You can't really cap it because there's a whole lot going on down here. The best we can do is just poke and delay and let bottom get as much value as possible. Oh, yeah. Super. Yeah, sure. But now that you know what should be happening, you'll make the right decision faster, and you'll stick to that right decision. It's all about being able to identify what advantages you have for your team, what resources you have available, what resources has the enemy team used, and then reacting. And now that you know these things, now that we're creating that mindset in everybody, the games become more fluid.
Better.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're looking for this fight here. The queue is kind of awkward. I will say Grizzly does make a monster tier play here. Like, it's insane. He leyline. So the Ring of Frost goes down. Jaina sees it, gets the Ring of Frost. Grizzly leyline seals the Garrosh to eliminate taunt and any follow-up damage from the Jaina. So the Blizzard never lands in this time frame. And now it does. And then now they back out, get out of there, and they're able to escape. That was a well played by Grizzly there. There's really, maybe if the Garrosh taunts right away or something like that, but he's got to make sure he gets Medivh in it. It's tough. This is why Medivh is so broken. I ban him every game, especially if you know somebody on the team plays Medivh. Ban it. But so we use a lot of cooldowns here. Here comes Leoric with the flank. We hang around a little too much, and they're able to turn. So I wonder if anybody called the mosh pit cooldown there, or like anticipated a mosh pit or anything like that on the side of blue. So blue Blaze is up top capping it, making sure they can't cap the dragon mid. This is good. Good heads up play. I guess at this point Liquid rage quits. I'm just kidding. No, he didn't rage. So you got those kills. You got those kills. Now what are we gonna do with that advantage we've just created for ourselves? Two of the opponents are dead. We've got control of bottom. Leoric can maybe regain control of top. What are we doing? What can we do here as the red team? Maybe get a dragon here. Having Malfurion into Dragon Knight's a little monka S, but you guys make the adjustment. Grizzly goes, preps for the Dragon Knight. You guys now this time you guys defend the beacon, the shrine. You guys defend it and are able to cap. We use Power Slide there and then W to keep them away. That's fine. Now we got the Dragon Knight. Cool. Now we're gonna waste it. Are we gonna waste it in 5 seconds like Schizo did with the first Dragon Knight?
No, I didn't realize Liquid had to leave the game. Did that really happen?
He comes back. He comes back, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah. So here, like, you could this Dragon Knight, you're debating again. Like I said before, the Dragon Knight is debating everybody here. Medivh Grizzly does a good job at like making sure he minimizes the amount of damage it's taking. Oh, I will say that what Garrosh did here, he stepped up because he saw, I believe it was the Malfurion or the Greymane. He saw that, and the enemy team rotated up through here, and they were able to punish this, or at least chuck them out a bit. But now that the Dragon Knight's here, let's look to get some value elsewhere on the map. Let's come down here. Let's put damage on the structures. Let's open up this. Let's open up this bottom lane for us. That way, there's 3 camps in this push bottom lane. There's 2 siege giants and a middle bruiser. We can open up all this space for ourselves and create pressure in this bottom lane. We're gonna create more opportunities for success in this game. Meanwhile, Blaze is top. You guys get a Dragon Knight. He's top. He's getting some push done. Honestly, Blaze, I probably would have just stayed up there a little bit longer, dude, and pushed that out. Seriously.
So should the Greymane of the red team be bottom lane then, sieging?
I think the Malfurion, Greymane, and the ETC just sieges bottom lane and gets as much damage done there. Medivh can help himself. We get this mid fort, sure, but this Dragon Knight probably would have gotten mid fort by itself anyways. The Ring of Frost goes out. Look at Daz. Daz is looking. He sees a potential ring, whiffs. Look, he keeps walking forward. He keeps walking forward, and he's like, "Oh shit, there's an ETC on me." And then he does what he does best. He feeds. I'm just kidding, but yeah, and then that happens. All right, then you guys translate that kill into mid keep wall. Blaze is pushing top still. So even though those 2 kills happened, you guys are still in the game experience. The blue team's still in the game experience wise. He's getting some value. He is now creating an pressure. He's now creating an advantage for himself in the top lane. Leoric no longer has a well, no longer has a wall, and has to rely on his abilities to sustain. Blaze still has everything here.
And yes, Hero. Yeah, we laughed as Grizzly did that with the DK and kicked the Garrosh, but it's okay. We got the kill.
You got the kill. Bottom 4 probably would have been gone by now too. You guys probably would have been 16, and you guys probably would have been able to take this bruiser camp here, this siege camp that everyone's pinging, and the bruiser camp, and then push for bottom keep wall as well. Maybe, right?
So in general, you don't really want to push unless it's a late game Dragon Knight. You don't want to push as a 4-man or 3-man.
So it's not an immortal, you know. It's not. So you have your immortal on Battlefield of Eternity. What happens when you win the immortal? What do you guys do? You put 4-man push with the immortal. 1-man soaks the other lane, right? That's what we all do. Why is that any different here? Why should that be any different here on Dragon Shire? The Dragon Knight has his own bonus damage, you know, and if it's a later mid-game Dragon Knight, he's going to deal damage on his own. Why not soak all the other lanes while the enemy team is defending that immortal?
I think it's because when for the longest time, most of us have played without voice comms, so a lot of times the Dragon Knight will stay too long in a single lane and will die after he gets out of the Dragon Knight. Yeah. So I think we've all been conditioned, at least at the lower levels, to be there so that when the Dragon Knight expires, we could not have the guy in there die, essentially.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
That famous man, his famous quote, Alex Jones, we're breaking the conditioning. That's what we're doing, okay? That's what we're doing today. We're breaking the conditioning. Oh, wait. What's Bacon saying so much about
Bacon's hating on replay analysis. He's up on his high horse.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, mechanics are good. Yeah, you can be a mechanical god all day, but if you don't know what you're doing, how are you That's Hero League, bro. Get out of Hero League. Come on, let's play some games. Let's learn some stuff.
Bacon was afraid to play.
Maybe you'll get it back. Maybe you'll get out of Diamond, dude. I don't know. I love you, dude. I'm just messing.
I'm not.
No, yeah. He's not hating on replay analysis, but there is a point where he's right. You got to have some mechanical prowess, to be successful. But yeah, Bacon is afraid to play. What?
Shouldn't Red Team be sieging with that camp?
Yes, Red Team should be sieging with this 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys can siege with this, but at least get a tower, get 16. You've got the Medivh.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can get that tower. Okay. You can get that. That's an easy 16 at least, right? But we get the siege camp instead. And we're gonna push with this. Are we pushing with this? Yes, top is pushing. However, Leoric can go up there. Medivh doesn't really need to go up there. I don't feel there's not a whole lot that Medivh and Leoric can do at this point in the game to pressure Blaze. And because we rotated late, we didn't. Oh, and right here, look at Leoric. He sits in this bush. Looking, maybe we're going to get a gank on this Blaze. However, this Night Camp keeps pushing and gets the fort down. Now, we're all rotating up here now at this point. Now we're all rotating to clear this. Meanwhile, the bottom siege that we took is getting cleared, and they're going to get our wall down. Okay, now we're working on our bruisers. Okay. But we're giving them a fort. All right, and then you guys are like, okay, we don't know where they're at. As soon as you hear that ping, blue team, that camp has been taken. Now you know exactly where they're at. Medivh is floating around. Cool. Now you guys have 15 seconds until the shrine spawns. What are we going to do? What's going to happen? What is going on this map right now? And what decisions can we make based on the information that we see? They took that camp. Bottom lane is pushing. All we see is Medivh. We can assume that they're going to come bottom to clear that and let top push, right? Maybe. So we can anticipate them to come down and look for a fight down here. Top is still pushed out far enough to where you guys don't really have to clear that right now. And if you guys wanted to look for a fight here, you could. Chromio12 with the follow. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you're enjoying your stay. What are we doing here? So top is being pushed out far enough to where you don't have to clear it, and we know they're gonna come bottom to fight. Let's look for this fight. However, we don't look for this fight. Garrosh goes mid. He is no longer available to create space and opportunity for his team down here in the bottom lane, and they have to play safe.
Why would Garrosh go mid? Sorry to interrupt.
Why would he go mid?
What's the thought process of that?
You're gonna have to ask Liquid, dude. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know that one.
Okay.
So ideally, you would just have Garrosh stay down here, let maybe Blaze clear mid, and then come down. But now that Garrosh has showed mid, the enemy team's like, oh, hey, Garrosh is mid. He's by himself, maybe, right? I don't know. Let's go. Oh, hey, look, it's Garrosh and Blaze. Oh, hey, let's go. Oh, hey, look, they're capping bottom. They're split. Let's kill them. Yeah, feels bad. Vision's important. If you're a tank player, if you're a tank main, try to practice not showing all the time. Create suspense. Create mystery as the tank. You want the enemy team to be like, I don't want to walk into that bush because he's probably in there, and he's probably gonna fuck me up.
So I guess it's safe to say you never really want to have two tanks alone together in a lane.
You never want to have two tanks alone. Kappa Pride. I mean, you don't want to have. I mean, okay, is Blaze a tank or is Garrosh our tank? Like, Garrosh is our tank. He needs to be with the core of the team, and that is your Jaina, your Stukov, and your Hanzo. The Blaze, he's fine. They want to try to gank Blaze, fine. He's got bunker. He's got his own escape tools. He can get out of there. Garrosh needs to make sure that his team is safe. at all times. So yeah, don't put both warriors together. There's really no point to
Okay.
it. Also, there's a camp pushing top at this point. AFK put. Yeah, so at this point, yes. Yes. However, if we were all bottom and we looked for this fight bottom, we could have gotten some picks, maybe a good team fight, maybe gone up and cleared it, or maybe we just say, hey, let's just send Blaze top and clear it, or let's all go top and clear it and leave Blaze bottom. You know, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to respond. We need to be able to either respond to taking a team fight or giving or clearing top. And if we know they're all coming bottom and top is pushing, maybe just leaving one person bottom to soak whatever XP they push, and then the rest of us clearing top and getting the cap is the best option to do. I don't know. It just depends on what the team feels is the best at that point. Do we want Blaze up there by himself? Has he been handling this Leoric okay? But now they're all coming down here. You got to be careful here. This ETC is looking for a nice flank. Leyline Seal is nice. The thought here is very nice. I would like to see a Twilight Dream right off the back of this. Oh gosh, Fringe God, Fringe God.
What did I didn't do anything.
No,
what did I do?
Supports carry team, bro. They carry teams. So because we lost Garrosh and Blaze mid, and we came down here, top has continued to push. We got 2 more deaths down here in the bottom lane as the blue team. So now top is getting even more value. We are getting even more value. Or bottom's getting even more value in the bottom lane. And now we get a Dragon Knight. So what do we do here? What do we do here? We're getting the Dragon Knights now. What are we focusing with the Dragon Knight? I guess the call here is to go mid. You guys go mid. If you guys had prioritized bottom earlier, and by not just with the Dragon Knight, but by taking camps and creating lane pressure in the bottom lane and slowly trickling them down over time in the bottom lane, you guys can come down here to the bottom keep wall and start dealing damage to this keep. Ideally, the win condition, the ending lane is the bottom because you have the most space to work with down here. The top lane, not so much. Middle, you're surrounded by 2 keeps. And as you get closer to the core, it kind of narrows in. So you want to take bottom first, ideally. But you guys say, okay, let's get mid. Let's get mid wall. And siege this up. And then you can potentially make a keep play here. But you guys decided to come bottom to look for a Stukov. You guys all came down here. Now what are you going to do? Nothing. Wasting a lot of time. This keep could be lower health. Don't look for kills. Look for experience and look for opportunities to open up the map. And if you get a kill, and if you can get a kill that opens up, that allows you to open up the map, fine, do it. Chasing a Stukov that's behind his fort walls and back here because you want to be cute and use portals to engage on him and kill him, like that's not going to do anything for you, right? Okay, you killed him. Now what? Now you guys are stuck between a fort and a keep wall. You guys still got to come back through mid and deal with this keep. Hero Physio wants to ask, who's your favorite Bush League team? I must choose one. Ooh, Team Goon. That's my favorite team. So we get to keep. All right, cool. So now we're like, all right, what do we do? We've got 68% of the Dragon Knight left, 40 seconds left. What can we do? Oh, hey, maybe we can get bottom, right? That's what the team says. Hey, let's get bottom. Yeah, sure, might as well, because you guys are kind of, you can't really go top. The bridge is kind of, and then you can't punish this keep over here because you still have to go through the wall and this fort. So yeah, let's get the fort. And this is why taking the mid fort or the bottom fort is so important. So all right, we're all going bottom to get this fort. I don't know why the Dragon Knight walks this way instead of just following the team all the way around. Look how much damage this Dragon Knight just takes here before he gets this wall down. He's like, oh shit, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta get out. I'm gonna die. Oh shit. All right, guys, let's work on this bottom fort. Oh, we can't because the Dragon Knight's dead. So the extended value that you could have gotten out of the Dragon Knight no longer exists. And the blue team is looking for a fight. They know they need to fight before level 20. You guys are going to get level 20 before them. They're too far away. So you guys knowing this need to back off. You guys need to back off and get 20. That's the safest play. Get 20. Unless you get some monster leyline seal. However, I still say wait for 20. You have no reason to fight. You have no reason to give them what they want. Right? So they're looking for this fight. We're looking, we know this. We start this camp. They make the call, hey, let's go over here. Someone's pinging retreat.
Oh, no.
They make the invade. And this is fine. This is fine. It's just a siege camp. It's just a siege camp. You can give this up. Leoric wants to get 20. You guys have catapults mid. You guys are coasting. They're hungry, and you're not giving them anything to eat. All right? So now they're rotating blue team. Yep, you guys are doing the right thing. Getting the camp, just eliminating everything. If you can't find the fight, just take everything you can. Ideally, this is not Blaze down here. This is Jaina, and this is Blaze in the mid lane clearing. Because Jaina is your team fight damage. Blaze is not. So, yeah, Blaze, if you're the offlaner, you're the one setting your team up for success. You're the one looking to gather the XP, deep push lanes, all that stuff. That's on you. All right. They're 20s now. And Jaina has already shown mid. If they want to fight this, if the blue team is looking for this fight, if we are the red team, we give it to them. What damage do they have? Hanzo? Maybe. Jaina's already... We saw her clearing mid. She's going to be late. Leoric is rotating down. This is good for us. I honestly would like to see a leyline seal right here. So we look for the portal. And they run away. And opportunity is gone. We get an Entomb on Leoric with the counter silence. The Ring of Frost. Our window to fight has got smaller and smaller until it closed. Remember this bottom fort that we never took? It's still there, and we're trying to fight under it.
Mm-hmm.
And we get punished for it. And people die. Nice mosh pit, I will say that, but he still dies. And then right here, we're all trying to get the fuck out. Everyone's shitting their pants, especially Fringe Average. Fringe Average here is shitting his pants so fucking hard, guys. Yo, he's like, yo, we gotta get out. We gotta get out.
You just fast forward like 30 seconds, we'll be fine.
I gotta get out, dude. Bolt Dream has been wasted. The blue team's like, oh shit. Okay, let's get this fort down. Let's get this fort down. And you know what? While we're at it, let's get this keep wall down. Let's get this keep wall down while we're at it. Yeah, let's do that. We've got plenty of time. Blaze maybe goes back and clears and soaks for level 20 while we get damage on the structures. But what do we do when we get kills? I don't know. We go back. We go do some other stuff. Yeah, Blaze should have already... he needs to be the one doing this. Your offlaner has got to have that mindset. I'm soaking. This is me. Damn. ETC's dead for 30 seconds. This is our time to come back and soak XP and get some damage done, and we're not using it. We're not using it, guys. This feels bad. Instead, we look for an invade on a camp that we were super late to. Like, even saying, hey, let's go take this camp. That's nothing. That's nothing. Doesn't give you anything. Okay, we clear this for free. We don't even get the soak here. Okay.
Is that like a Hero League mentality? Try to get another gank and snowball it?
Yeah, just try to get kills. But, like, you don't need those kills. You don't need those kills, you know? Mistakes were made. Yeah, so here, we still haven't soaked any of these lanes. We got Katos on the core. We haven't soaked anything. We needed to get 20. This was our chance. ETC's going to be up in 10 seconds, and he's pissed. He's pissed. You guys killed him. Bottom control. Okay, now Blaze goes back. Blaze goes back because he hears your core is under attack. He goes back and he clears. Now, we have control of top shrine. Blaze is middle clearing. We have no eyes on the rest of the enemy team. And we're down a talent. If I was the blue team, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Peace out. You know what? Like, yeah, I'm out. Oh, Medivh is showing around and we still don't see anybody? Oh, fuck. Peace. Fuck this shrine. Fuck this camp. Leave and maybe try to, eat this dragon. This really sucks. Because look who's coming. Donna. Skits over here, B-step into Medivh. Oh, guess what? Oh, peekaboo. Oh, we're all here. He's like, oh, shit, let me get out. Oh, wait, Ender was over here defending the shrine for some reason. Ooh, there's a call. Hey, Stukov. Oh, guess what? Oh, Jaina's silenced now? Kill Jaina. Nice Ring of Frost, however. You guys, I was going to say I would have liked to have seen the Twilight Dream here. However, I don't think you have it because you panicked earlier and used it. So the execution here was a little poor. We couldn't get that finish on the Stukov. And also, Grizzly, my boy, where's the Leyline Seals at, bro? You get a nice entomb on somebody, Leyline Seal everybody else, so they can't save them. Come on, bro. Give me some Leylines. I saw some couple good ones earlier. Keep giving them to me. Anyways, now we get to Leyline Seal. We finally kill the Stukov. And now we're all pretty weak. Sand just misses this portal entirely and dies. But guess what? We have a healthy Greymane. We have a healthy Medivh. We have. I'm sure we have some E's. No E's. But Fringe, you got to be telling your boys, hey, I've got Twilight Dream. Twilight Dream. Okay, yeah. We got Twilight Dream. Okay. And then it happens. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say right now, the Goon Player of the Week goes to the one and only Fringe Average with the nastiest Bolt Twilight Dream I've ever seen. Right there, turns the fight, wipes him. That's game.
I wonder, even at that time, I was wondering why the blue team engaged, because they didn't have a healer, right?
Yeah. The blue team, I mean, you guys are hungry. You guys are feeling good. You got a couple kill. You got a kill. But yeah, you guys just need to back off. A lot of trades were made, and there was one very big, important cooldown that was not used that last fight, and that was the Twilight Dream, and nobody called it. Liquid's like, damn, that's silence. He's like, yeah, it got him. It got him. So that's a communication. That's just being able to understand, what's going on in these team fights. And that's the game. So yeah, ideally, the blue team does not chase that. You guys clear mid. You get your 20s. Maybe send somebody bottom. Get the. Do we have a level 20 Hanzo, by the way? Ult. Oh wait, that's right. He wasn't level 20. Ooh, feels bad. Yeah, and you delay. They still hadn't taken this. You guys go bottom and keep ringing around the rosy, and the game goes on for another 5 to 10 minutes, maybe. But yeah. The red team, it wasn't that the red team played better. It wasn't that the blue team played poor. It was just that one team happened to have a good team fight at the end there because Fringe pressed his button correctly, and they won. No. But there's so many things, though. There's so many things that happen in these games. There's so many tiny little things that people don't think about or don't even know exist until somebody else points it out or everybody talks about it, that if they're missed, snowballs just a little bit. And if you miss something else again, that snowballs just a little bit more. And then now that snowball's a little bit bigger, and now you're down a talent tier. And now you have to give up that fort. Or now you take a bad fight. Or this guy was out of position because the lane wasn't pushed out, and now he's dead. And then more opportunities continue to expand and grow, and then all of a sudden, the game's over. Also, we have to consider that when you are on that team that's winning, that's getting those kills and creating advantages, what are we doing with those advantages? What resources do we have? What tools do we have? And how are we using those tools to further expand that advantage, to create more advantages? When you're winning, when you're ahead, get more ahead. How do we do that? Well, it depends on what's going on the map. Can we get the structure down? Can we get this objective? Can we invade this? Can we cap this? And those are all questions that, you know, you guys have to ask yourselves in the game. And then as you make those decisions and execute on those decisions, depending on the outcome, you learn and you go back and you review what happened. How come this didn't work? Oh, because I didn't click this fast enough, or because I was up here, or I didn't see that. And then the next time that decision comes up again in your next game, you already have an idea. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it better, and I'm going to do it faster. And then the next game, better and faster, better and faster, better and faster, until before you know it, you're BlizzCon champions, dude. And that's how it works. And that's how it works. We're all entering data together, collecting data together, and at the end of it, when we review this data, we're all making trying to make the most informed decisions as possible, the most efficient decisions as possible, and that's how we learn this game. That's how we get better at this game. That's how the community gets better at this game. And you know, I want everybody here to be able to be in my Hero League one day, and you know, I want to be like, damn, Super Dave's in my game, we're good, or damn, Fringe is in my game, we're fucked, dude. Like no, I'm just kidding. But everybody can be at that level. It just takes a certain mindset and dedication to looking at games and wanting to improve and whatnot. But yeah.
Yeah, Fringe is in my game. Fuck matchmaking.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Goon, for doing this, and
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
yeah,
it was a lot of fun, and you know, keep playing. I can't wait to see what you guys do next week, and I can't wait to see how everybody improves next week. And I wanted to see, like, with the next replay I get, I wanted to be like, damn, that was crazy. Like, it came down to the wire. Like, I saw all kinds of crisp, you know, plays and stuff. But yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, do you think Please Don't Ban Arthas, do they improve this week, do you think?
Diablo, Please Don't Ban Diablo.
Yeah, Don't Ban Diablo. Sorry.
Yeah, of course. If they, you know, they watch this and they go back to the drawing board and see what they need to do, and you know, think about the game in a different way, then yeah, why not? Everybody can improve. Everybody that has watched this has improved by at least 1%.
So.
By at least 1%.
I learned a lot. I learned about the rotations better now, so that's the biggest takeaway for me.
Yeah. And remember, guys, if you're going 5-man mid, it's never to kill. It's to clear the minions and rotate faster than your opponent and beat them in the rotations. All right, but yeah, thanks for the games, guys. Thanks for the replay. I will be doing this again next week if there is a good game. Tomorrow, I will be casting week 2 of Bush League. So I want to see everybody here. Everybody is there. It's going to be lit. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good show. Everyone's going to have a good time. And I promise you won't regret it. Come hang out. Let's watch some good games and have some fun.